Hello and welcome back to the channel. We're here in Enshrouded and I have a bit of highlights from my last live stream. I'm kind of showcasing some of the issues I'm having. The audio is going to be muted because my microphone keeps cutting out when I'm in live stream. So I'm working on understanding how to fix that. I've been watching videos. That's kind of why this video is coming out today rather than yesterday. Spent all day trying to understand my programs. So I'm going to voice over this, throw a little bit of background music in, and we'll voice over what went on. I cut out quite a bit. I also live streamed Conan, which still had the same problems with the microphone cutting out, but I didn't adjust the volume of the music and sound in the game, so you can barely hear me anyway over the game itself. So that's another thing I have to fix. So here we go. We started off over at the chest farming location. I had dropped a short showing that it's a little different over here now. We got a few minor changes to the terrain, but they've added a second chest, a silver chest. So now we have the normal gold chest that's always been here. And we got a nice little axe from there. And then over under this pile of rocks is the silver chest, which is also dropping high tier loot. So it's a good spot. I don't know if adding a silver chest is worth moving an altar that's already been in place for a long time, but it is a nice little thing. This is all the stuff I was able to get from the 2 boxes in like 20 minutes. So I like it. I mean, I'm going to scrap a lot of this stuff off. I'll probably start wearing a few things as I get more. I do like the eagle eye stuff. I'm going to try and have almost the whole Radiant Paladin set. Almost. Missing the gloves. After that, we were back at the base, and I was going to with all that loot I have no place to store it. I was really running tight on storage space, so we started working on making some boxes and upgrading the little warehouse here. So I used conifer wood. I don't have very much of that. I'm gonna have to farm a bunch of that stuff, but I made a nice little grid system here using box for measurement. Alright, and then we used box, pillar, box, pillar, all the way across. The last little zone is just a little bit wider than a standard box, but it's not going to hurt anything. I put the box back in place and put a beam across here, so I can get a second layer put in. Then we making sure that was all the way into the corner. And we go ahead and bring the pillars all the way to the top. We get our box here. And bring another crossbeam for the top layer. So I'll be able to put, I counted it off, I believe there's 10 boxes per row, so I would be able to get 30 boxes in here, which is more than enough for me. After that, we were off to get some more metal scraps, and this is part of my issue with Enshrouded right now. Enemies are not spawning. I'm getting like the bosses or the protectors of an area, but none of the littles. So I come here for metal and there's no metal because there's nobody here. So I get a little bit of metal I can from blowing stuff up. But it's not the standard haul from the Marauders, whatever you call them. So it's a relatively deserted game at the moment for me. So I'm probably gonna continue playing a few other things, popping in and doing. I mean, it's helpful for gathering, but I have enemies set for many, double the amount of normal. It's supposed to be many enemies, and I'm going places and not getting anything. So I'll keep working on checking the game, seeing if working better, or if they actually update it to fix the problem. It'd be great. But I'll probably do a little more Conan and things so I can fill in time. So we wait for this one to improve. I also figure out my mic issues with the live streaming. Alright, we're back in the warehouse, putting in a few the new boxes that we made. Trying to very precise on the first one and start getting faster after that. I had a few to start with, but it's kind of what it's going to look like. After that, I was still waiting for more shroud oil and stuff to craft. That's why I only got a few at a time. So I've filled time by lighting up the empty museum here with some torches. I'll probably switch them out to a better torch later once I start getting more materials. But it's alright for now. And then I was gonna say the room's quite tall, so I was probably gonna put in an extra layer with a lot of other things to display up higher. But this room, the lower part's gonna be all weapons, and I'm just gonna load it with what I currently have. One thing with these, it would be nice if they had an obvious way to know which way is the front. Right now it's kind of, it works. I'm guessing some games have like a little a little arrow pointing which way is the front. Just something helpful. It's not that bad. The chairs would be beneficial to have an arrow. You put a chair down and sit on it to find out if it's the right way or not. But we're getting all these out and situated, and then come back and after collecting all of my resources or my stuff, probably rearrange things as I go. For now, I'm just kind of loading up what I got. Be nice if the hover let you know what the weapon was before putting it in place, but it's once it's in there, it tells you what the name is, so it's all right. Get those two there. I keep my one wand there because I use that one. I got a lot of single-handed weapons, so I have to make some more mounts for those. The other thing I did was gather a lot more spores because those chests are, shroud oil requires lots of spores. Shroud liquid, and well, I was also going for spores as well and shroud cores, but again, there's nobody here, so I can't really collect spores and cores if there's nothing to fight. I head out over this way, and you'll see what I mean by defend, like the, I get over here to the Ring of Rot, and you got these two what do you call them? Banshees? I forget their names. I want to call them banshees. They scream. Wraith. But there are only two here. The whole place is deserted other than them, and those two are kind of like the bosses of this particular location. Defenders of the root. So I chop down the root, and then I get back to collecting the liquid and move on. But you can see, I'm fast forward it, but leave it in here showing there's just nothing. It's like I never even set it to peaceful before to see what, if I should maybe take settings off or something. I don't know why that box is, or why that is so cube shaped right there. But yeah, until we get enemies back and I can actually farm stuff properly, I kind of can't play that well. And farm all the plants and everything fine, but no enemies means I can't get certain things. Alright, and let me go back home. Place the last couple chests in this bottom row. I didn't finish the whole place. I just got the bottom row done. After that, I went ahead and collected all of my shrubbery because there was a lot, and I actually have a place to store it now. I shouldn't have a problem with running out of arrows or supplies for arrows for a bit. I do need feathers, and it's kind of hard to get feathers if there's no creatures to kill. I keep on saying that because it's annoying that there's nothing to kill. But we have... I had so much shrubbery built in this place. It was hard to walk in a lot of areas. Here, all the shrubs are done. We come over to the warehouse and dump it, and we have a almost full inventory of plant fiber and sticks. So it's helpful to have bigger chests. Next thing I want to expand the alchemist tower, give them a little bit of a room in the front here, because it's a little cramped inside the spiral staircase area. So that's the other thing I did for the stream was expand the tower. And it fit. I was good there. Lining everything up. And, as always, like most of the things I've built so far, this is kind of first draft, subject to change, but it looks alright. I have a few things I might come back and adjust on later. But he needs room for all of his stuff. I'll get rid of the parts of the ceiling that came in, a roof. Yeah, with the spiral staircase in there, it's hard to put crafting things in there. Go ahead and tie it to the ground. I want to make it so you can easily step up from the side as well. Alright, and then we move the crafting stations so that they're easier to use. Yeah, put it like this. Maybe put a chimney over top of it later. I said we'll come back and fix decorating issues at a later time. Right now it's just the basic shapes. Get the dirt out of the way. Alright. Oops, not the cat. Here we go. There. That's a little better. And just get up on top and do the last little part of the roof. Not with that one. This one. Looking at it, I don't know if I like that, so I'll put it on just standard square or standard flat front, but I'm going to leave the little vent cap open, and then the window and door don't line up, and it needs to be fixed. We want the door centered with the window. So we'll correct that issue. There. And get my one torch that I had left over. Bring him some light. Fix the stairs. There, that works. Put in a few windows and then move on. By put in a few windows, I mean put some holes in the walls and eventually, at some point in the future, put windows in them. After that, we went back and got a few more of the single-handed weapons up on the walls. And I ran into another glitch. As you see, I only had one of those. Now there's two. There's one. There's two. There's three. Oh, I switched it. Now there's three. And there's definitely only two of that one before. And you see right there, I have one. And it just doubled it. So now I have two. So I have a couple different glitches in the game. Still only a few things there. So that's where I called it for the day. So that's my last Enshrouded live stream. Or previous Enshrouded live stream. I'm probably going to hold off doing that again for a bit until the game plays a bit better and I understand my microphone issues. That's working fine for this. I can record just fine. It's just the live stream it cuts out. So there's something with the live stream microphone settings that's causing issues. So thank you for staying till the end and have a good day.